Good morning, my friends. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday morning. It's lovely and overcast here today. Not too sunny, not too hot. And that's kind of the way we like it, really. We're going to have some cozy puzzle vibes today. Doing a little bit of backtracking, doing a little bit of forward tracking. See if we can work our way towards getting a third tree hooked up to what I'm going to call for now the Celestial Tree Network. I don't know. Now, we've just come out of... No, green is Mofang. Yellow is Arai. No, yellow must be... no, not Arai. Arai is the ones from Captar. Oh, shoot, what are the other aliens called? Villein, that's it, yes. The Villein world must be in green. We have got a code, which is right up on screen there, which is going to take us to an answer for the Machine of Infinite Complexity, hopefully. Now, to get the Machine of Infinite Complexity working, I think we have to do a little bit of backtracking anyway, because the last time out, we raised a bridge, which kind of stuck it out up in the air there. And we don't want it stuck out up in the air, we need it back on the ground. But I think when we put it back on the ground, we obviously lose the stairs that actually get us back there quickly. So I think that means we have to go around the longish way. Now, I also want to recheck this one out as well. So we saw this last week, ominous music, yeah? Dead alien, dead Mofang. Hey, yummy sushi in the chat. How are you? How are you? We've also got a set of scales here, so we know exactly how much our character weighs. This thing, not functional right now, but basically, well, it turns out that the humans of this world might have been doing something a little bit naughty, because they might have used this device to teleport some kind of weapon onto the Mofang homeworld in something that seems to resemble a preemptive strike. Now, what's interesting is CW is getting us to go and, like, you know, reconnect all the bits and pieces and stuff. Hang on, sorry, let me just quickly check that. Just checking that wasn't someone messaging me going, hey, you know your sound isn't on, right? Like, I'm quickly looking at the preview. Preview looks fine, the sound looks fine, so yeah, send me a chat. I've also got a new layout for today as well, so that I can manage my windows a little bit better. I've moved my preview pane up there, so if you see me sort of looking off into space, what I might do, I might make it out like I'm thinking about a puzzle, and then I'm actually like checking out very quickly that my mic audio is coming through. But yeah, so here's the Machine of Infinite Complexity. We can operate it, can we? Whilst it's up in the air. That's horrendous though, isn't it? Okay, you can operate it whilst it's up in the air. That's... Let's just try and put the code in then. Let's just try and put the code in. Right. 1, 5, 5. Oh, hang on, wait. Cursor mode. There we go. 1, 5, 5. 1, 2, 7. Oh my god, that's so much easier. That's so much easier. 7, 2, 4. 1, 9, 3, 9. This is the developer basically being like, brute force solution? You can't brute force a solution. Checking for hints, yeah. Hang on, where did I get up to? 1939. This is like putting in the world's worst credit card information. Okay, like, literally, like, group the numbers together, right? Group the numbers together. There's a reason credit cards have groupings of numbers. Okay, 1939, 812, 812, 1137. Go. Do. Oh! Did that make that flash? Did you guys see that? That those flashed when I flipped that switch? The eggs flashed. It did it again. Is that coincidence? Do you think? Okay, well the code's in. How good is my Morse code? It's not great. It's not great. Did I put the code in right? 1277 241 939 812 1137. I wonder if that pulsing is actually not anything. Let's see if we have to move this back onto the ground, yeah? Because the fact that we can wind that up makes me feel like usually it means we've got quite a long way to backtrack. Usually if you can do a puzzle in both directions, there is a reason for it to be able to be turned on and off. Not always. For example, the breakers in the junkyard, they can just be turned on and off. But I don't think there's any benefit to turning them off. To be fair, I've not found any benefit to turning them on yet either, as far as I'm aware. Oh, except maybe it was required to power the teleporter? Not sure, because I don't think those teleporters need explicitly to have power connected to them. But anyway, we've got a bit of a walk back now to get back round to where we were. So, oh, I forgot to do, what did we find out from YouTube this week? So in the YouTube comment section this week, a very nice commenter asked in advance to whether revealing something as having no impact on the puzzles was a spoiler. And I said no, because if they're areas which have been added after the game's release purely for flavour, then no, I think actually it's more disruptive to have areas like that, because you sit there and apparently the tiki bar that we were wondering about, the one that has like the music that loops and the cocktail recipes and so on, apparently that was added after the release of the game purely to add flavour and to make the world feel a bit more lived in, and it doesn't have anything to do with any of the puzzles in the game. Which is good to know, because I was wondering about that. So what was that before then? Because we got into that bar by breaking up some rock projections, so you can get in there really early in the game as soon as you've unlocked the tiny train. But yeah, so was that just a collapsed mine shaft before, or maybe did the mine shaft like literally not exist? But yeah, I think when it comes to areas like that, a new player playing this game blind, kind of similar to the backer rewards, right? They're more likely, I think, they're more likely to muddy the water slightly and confuse a new player, because you're going to assume that room has a purpose, right? Okay, we've backtracked all the way through. The numbers here have reset. This is not the number that I put in. Was I supposed to press enter? Is that all I missed? I just didn't press enter. 1 5 5 1 2. Well, now if this doesn't do anything, now I'm going to wonder whether it needs to be put back up in the air. 1 9. No, I think I pressed the wrong button there. 2 4 1. Backspace, please. 1 5 5 5 1 2 7 7 2 4 1 2 4 1 9 3 9. How does that hit 8? Come on, I maybe have like 1 pixel over the 8. Okay, and that was definitely not on K. Okay, right, we've got to be like super duper careful with this. Maybe I can move closer to the buttons. Okay, and let's move just like straight on to the buttons. Okay, 1 5 5 1 2 7 7 2 4 1 9 3 9 8 1 2 1 1 3 7. Enter. Yes, that's done something. What? Is that... It just lowered the bridge. What? Well, now it's just picked the machine up again. Hang on, I could already move the bridge up and down. So all it did was it dropped the thing down here. And it just released the top of it. And now you can just go and pick it up again. But like, why? Can I enter the code whilst it's up in the air and just get it to smash on the ground? Well, not like that, I can't. 1 5 5 1 2 7 7 2 4 1 9 3 9 8 1 2 1 1 3 7. Enter. Sweet Revenge destroyed the box of infinite complexity. Okay. Are you broken, box? No, you're not broken at all. But, well, you got a big old dent in the bottom of you. Oh, there's lots of wires hanging out of you as well. But we could already move the bridge up and down. With a lot of backtracking, admittedly, but kind of don't get it. Okay. Poor box. So what happens if I now spin this round? Okay. Well, it doesn't pick up the box anymore. What? I think I'm, like, really missing the point of what that box was supposed to be doing. Maybe it's just a shortcut? Maybe it's not anything. Okay. I mean... Alright, we've got a shortcut. So... where are we going next then? So when I look at this, and I look at where we are, we've got this clue here. This is from where we were in the... This was the latest area we got to in the Villein Homeworld. The Gauntlet area is complex. The Villein intended it to provide friction. The idea is to slow down any mass movement within the world. You'll notice they've reformed and extruded entire areas to slow down and confuse any mass attack. Your task will be to reset all the locks in the Gauntlet before being podded. So, your task will be to reset all of the locks in the Gauntlet. Sign-in area. You are here. I mean, this world maybe just needs a little bit more of an explore. I think, the Villein world. The other two areas which I think I want to just have a quick double explore on is... there are It's not this way. It's not this way. It's the other way. There are two spheres which go between Captar and somewhere else, which I can't remember exactly where they go to, and I just kind of want to make a note of that. I mean, there's also one further door here, but that's locked from the other side. And if we have a look at the map for that area, which is this one here, right? So that's the lift. This is the big circle, big centre of town circle. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, that's, in theory, that's just a little shortcut that we haven't unlocked yet. Oh, hidden door. Hidden door, hidden door. Yeah, okay. Hidden door is there. I should definitely make this a thinner pen. So hidden door is there, and we've got a locked door here. That's just the tree in the middle. Yeah, and we've got to the tree by going that path there. No, that's the tree. Sorry, that's the tree. So what's that in there? Let's have a quick look. Oh, that's the pit. That's the yeah. That's the Arai nest. Yeah, so we've got a nest down there. There's the tree. Tree. These two spheres, I think we should make note of where they go. This goes to the junkyard. And shall we pick a particular colour? Ha, maybe cyan? So this goes to the top of the junkyard. That's way too thick. So that's top of junkyard, and when we go to this one here, what we have is in the scrapyard up here. We don't really have... Oh, this is the map of the spheres. Is it? Yeah, that's the big rotating sphere there. That's the train yard. Right, these are your spheres. I think I see. Yes, right, because then these are the train routes. Yeah, okay. So that takes you to Captar. Right, that one takes you to Captar entrance, we'll call it. Because that was the first one we ever did to get into Captar. It's like super duper faded, this map though, isn't it? Yeah. We've got a circle here, we've got a circle here. We kind of need to overlay these two, ideally. But, yeah, okay. Right, so that's the nest. I'm interested to make note of... Okay, then whilst that runs, that lift, I'm interested to make note of where these two go. Mostly just for my notes, really. But then I think we've got... Famous last words, but I think we've got most of Captar explored at that point. I'm still not convinced about what we did with the Machine of Infinite Complexity, you know, because... Oh shoot, we can't call that lift. We can't call the cable car from this side. Oh, well, that's awkward. So we're gonna have to go back round the we'll have to go back round the long way then. Okay. So with the Machine of Infinite Complexity not giving us a clear next avenue of investigation, and I mean, you know, maybe it is like a bit of a joke. It's kind of like, hey, you know, you got to enter this giant code to open up a staircase that's already open for you. Maybe... Yeah, it kind of puts us back into a little bit more of an exploration mode. Because we were on the Villein homeworld. It wasn't super duper clear how to make progress, how to make further progress through that gauntlet. But more exploration on the Villein homeworld, perfectly reasonable thing to do. This is a good question. Did I take a screenshot of the letter that was written down in the Arai nest? No, I didn't. That's a bit of an oversight. I should have at least taken a screenshot of that so that we don't have to go back there if we ever want to reread it. Because that sort of outlines their plans for teleporting the bomb into the Mofang sphere. Okay, so there are two spheres here. One takes you to... This one takes you to the Villein homeworld. Notice we haven't found any spheres that teleport us to the Mofang homeworld yet. Suspicious? Right, yes. So this is what we used to open up the door. And there is nothing else here aside from that. So this is fine. That doesn't need any further exploration. So if we go back to... here, slightly unclear which one we were on, but let's assume we were on... Let's assume we go around this way, right? So that goes to Villein, and it's a dead end. Okay. So then climbing further... and then through here and down here. We then end up at another sphere. This one's going to take us back to Hunrath, and I believe this one is the one that takes us to the archive underneath Farley's house? Is it? Maybe. Yes. Yeah, so that leads us to the archive underneath Farley's house. Which we're not 100% convinced. Doesn't have any clues in it either, of course. There's a lot of backer reward items in here. Yeah, so they're doing various experiments on the Arai pods. Like potatoes. But in the video that we saw on Villein, whoever was controlling the hologram of what appeared to be the mayor was saying that they were storing them for food. So I thought it was the Arai they were storing for food. Okay. Well, well, we have our notes that we required, right? That goes to the archive on Hunrath. Well, let's have a look at where that leaves us then. Yeah. So that's the I'm going to call that centre of town. I know it's not really the centre of town, but it's like, it's the giant rotating sphere in Hunrath, so, like, feels like it's a good one. Mines. And that's also on Hunrath. So it feels like this is explored now. I'm not sure there's any of this which we've not been able to get to. So where does that put us? I think it puts us to going back to the Villein home world and trying to make progress there with their teleporters. I mean, the instruction from CW is just link back up all the trees. Now, do we trust CW? if we think maybe the humans are the baddies here, then, like, you know, why are we unlocking everything for everybody? Well, first of all, why do they need us to unlock everything for them? Right? But, like, okay, if they all got themselves... They've got themselves all podded whilst the attack took place. Was the attack successful? But they're all trapped in their pods now, for some reason. Oh, there is a, yeah, there is a door which is still locked that we've not been able to get unlocked. So we've not fully explored all of this, right? Because we do still have secret door, hidden door, which is up here and is very neatly tucked away such that you wouldn't see it unless you were approaching it from the correct direction. Now this, the presumption is, looking at the map, there's the hidden door, this meets up with this locked door. But what's down this corridor that's so great? And is this gap in the boards here, right here, sorry, you don't see my mouse unless I focus on the window, is this gap in the boards significant? Is there something here? Is there a path here? Probably is. Like, why would you have... There's no reason, really, to have a corridor which is just locked from both ends. Now, those doors, we've seen those style of doors elsewhere. Where we've seen those doors get unlocked, it's basic. It's universally so far. It's not been anything fancy like an electronic locks. It's the same kind of Hunrath style door that was used on the doors in the mayor's office. And that means... which one are we going back to? Should we use this teleporter over here? Doors in the mayor's office. So... and those just opened just with a simple bar from the other side. It was genuinely a this door is locked from the other side kind of deal. So I don't think it's a complicated puzzle. I think it's literally just one of those ones where, you know, I don't think it's a complicated puzzle. I think it's just one of those ones where you will get to the other side of it at some point during the course of the game. So let's go back to the top of the junkyard. And send ourselves back to the Villein home planet to do a little bit more exploring there. And whilst that loads, I will get the Villein home planet map up. So, what's the longest, most circuitous way that we could go to get to a Villein teleporter, do we think? Yeah. This way would probably do it. Okay, so we'll zap through this way, which takes us to the waterfall. We can then go down here. No, wait, hang on. We want to go to the top of the wall, but on the other side. So I think we want to go over to that one, don't we? Have we been through here? Yes. Yes, I think we have been through here. I assume we have. We want to get to the top of the wall. Yes. And this one here is the one that will take us to the thing. Now, there was also a bridge over this way. Right, so we've already got the bridge teleported to where we're going to need the bridge. So that's fine. Because I think we used... There's a sphere at the top of the junkyard, isn't there? We used a sphere at the top of... Oh man, we were literally like 10 feet away from a teleporter that would take us there. Yeah, fine. But we want to explore. We want to explore the Villein area more. Because, yeah, we've got a thing where, like, okay, teleporting these 2 or 3 bridges and the bridge control is, like, maybe a puzzle, and maybe that is what we have to solve, but I also want to make sure that we've not missed anything. And this world, more than any of the others, really does seem like the kind of thing that you can miss a side path on.
Don't panic.
So here's our map.
This is the best way to keep everyone safe. Just stay on this path and cross the first bridge. Then keep going until you get to that sign-in area. You'll get more information after you sign in.
Okay. So, this path, cross the first bridge. Well, we can't cross the first bridge because the bridge ain't on. Now, that is very interesting when it comes to this map here, because okay, there's the bridge, is it? Well, okay, so we're here, so where are we now walking? We're already going off map. We're already going off map by walking this way, so we're walking to the right, and then we're curving round, and then curving up, and then there's a sphere right here. So we're ending up like... Yeah, I'm not sure. And then we've got a crossroads. 3 different ways to go. So... So where is this? It's like... Okay, if that's the bridge there, right, and you can kind of see it's a different shade of green to the other side shade of green, which is sort of consistent with, like, they do sort of mark things on their maps, but they mark things on their maps in an incredibly light shade of green. I don't know if you can see these green sections right here. So that's... I don't know if that's, you know, because they have talked in the past about using colours which are hard for people to distinguish, particularly the Mofang. Although the Mofang, with the Mofang it's blue that they find hard to distinguish. But okay. That looks like the tree, which is, yeah, so there's the tree. Tree. But... where have we gone then? We've sort of gone to the right and then up and then round like this, and then we've ended up at a crossroads. So when we go right down this crossroads, whoa, we're in loads of roots, and then we're going to teleport. So we've hit an edge. And if I recall correctly, it's going to teleport us almost straight back. Like, this is just a linear path, which is basically immediately going to teleport us back to... Huh. Were we here before? We must have been here before. Yeah. Yeah, okay, because there's the junkyard stuff. Okay. So... Okay, I think where we are then... So this is the junkyard, and we've got one sphere in here. And then it takes us to a lift. Yes, right, okay. Where we are is here currently. Where we are is here currently. So there is a teleport point off there, which presumably is this one that I've marked here, which we've sort of thought about in the past. Oh, and did that then enable us, because there's no bridge control on this side. What's this path then? That's weird. What a weird little path there. So does this take us back then to the crossroads that we were at? Yes, it does. It does. Okay. So... Okay, and this takes us up to this ship here. We've fiddled around with the thing. Oh, hey, look, it's a bird.
This desperate situation up here. If you could, please. Hurry. I appreciate.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's kind of got that fluttering wing sound as well, which kind of makes it sound more like Arai. Now, I mean, it could be that the humans and the Villein were up against both the Mofang and the Arai. Entirely possible. We used this to blow up a Mofang device, which is what actually enabled us to teleport through the wall of the thing anyway. So I don't think there's much then we've missed on the exploration here. But we can fill out our map a little bit more. So if we have a look at our map, yeah, this is actually a crossroads here, and it takes you there. That takes you to there, you go out there, you come back on there. All good. So yeah, so there's a windy path and it joins you to that bit. And, oh, and somewhere there was a sphere back here, wasn't there? Yeah, there's a sphere right here, which is... We'll put it right there, and we will call it Hunrath Bridge. Okay. We are gradually increasing our... We're gradually increasing our confidence that we are exploring things in the right order here. Or at least we're reaffirming. Because it's hard to remember what order you unlock things in, right? Okay. So we've got a bit of the junkyard here, which unfortunately doesn't have a teleportation device on it, because we used the teleportation device to take us back last time, but we didn't return using it. So that's okay. But what we're going to get to, right, is this part of the map here. Yeah. Now, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, do you guys see it? Right, okay. Do you guys see it? This is the sphere here. This is the room that the sphere is in. Yeah, there's different stone here and here. We need to get that sphere out of the way, cross back over the bridge, and maybe then that will open up a path. Because look at the map, right? There is a path behind that wall. That might be what we're trying to do here. Oh shoot, we've got no bridge now. Oh man. Okay, back we go. So yeah, so this bridge, not up yet, right? This is the room that we're currently in. There's a bridge behind it. So let's rotate this round. One. We will rotate the... We will take the bridge control with us. Go, go, go! Oh, maybe it's nearly time for coffee time. But then again, we are actually already more than halfway through the stream, so... Nah, let's not have a coffee. Let's just keep hydrated. Okay. This time, we're actually going to look at our notes. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Grab those, and this little T-shaped thing here. Perfect. Oh. Didn't realise there was a path behind here as well. Doesn't do anything, but it's going to be very useful for us when we teleport this rock back. There's also no teleport device that side either. So we're going to need to... yeah, no, the teleport device doesn't need to stay here. So we can teleport the teleport device back with us. That's fine. So now... So now we go and teleport this one out of here. And we walk back over the bridge, teleport back, across, in. Yeah, let's take this one back with us. Because who knows when you're going to need... Who knows when you're going to need a bridge control again, right? Good. And we now have... Oh. Right, so we couldn't get to this one before. But this is gonna swap the whole room. I mean, okay, let's go in there and have a look at it, right? So that's going to swap the whole room. Yeah, I think we'll just try it and see. So yes, this is indeed the whole room, which has been now teleported back again. So what we're gonna need to do... Okay. Thing is, because it's swapped the small part of the room, we're not going to be able to get to the other side of that again. But what we can do is we can make it teleport again. And now it should be like open. Yeah, because we've got the Hunrath rock. We've got the large Hunrath room in there now. We just need to transport it so that we get the small Hunrath sphere in here. So we teleport again, we go back over the bridge again, we teleport the large Hunrath sphere back. And then we should be mostly good. Okay. So I think now we are going to be able to get across. I believe we're now going to be able to cross this new bridge. Oh, it looks like we can see through that now, doesn't it? Excellent. Great. So, back to our map. Yeah. We are now here. Yep, that's where we are right now. So we're about to find something big and new. Possibly. Oh. Oh, it's a lift. Okay. What if we don't take the lift? Where do we go? Well, that's the edge of a sphere, right? You can tell from the arcing of it. So, is there an up? There is an up. Okay, the up. Ah, brilliant. Oh god, you rotate the whole thing. What? You what, mate? Okay. Well, let's, yeah, okay. We'll get to that point in a moment. Let's check the down. Okay, so we've got the first level here, then we've got the secret second level that's sort of hidden. What is this? Oh, it's another sphere teleporter. It's a sphere teleporter, but it's hidden beneath. What are we teleporting then? Or where are we going to go? Looks like we're going to Hunrath. Where are we going to swap in Hunrath, though? Okie dokie. Looks like we've got ourselves a bot in the chat. Banhammer. Don't come to my channel offering that I can pay you to promote me. Right. Is this part of the same mine? Wow. How long was this plan going on for? That's a backer reward item. Like... And what got replaced there? Another Hunrath DIY sphere, do we think? Right, so this leads us back to the bridges. So that's kind of a shortcut that's been unlocked there. Was that a letter there? No, just some rocks on a plate. And over this way... Oh, loading screen, that's always a good sign. Oh, this door. Aha. Right. Oh, we can explore the other side of the river now. We can explore the other side of the river. Yeah. Let's go. Wait. That will, yeah, that will make it swing the way that we want. We want it to swing that way round. Okay. Let the backtracking commence. Right. Fastest way now from here to... Let's go to the top of the scrapyard. Because if we go to the top of the scrapyard, through the mayor's office... Yeah, through the mayor's office, top of the scrapyard, back to Villein. From Villein, we then basically need to use the same teleport sphere as before, right? And that'll get us to the other side of the river. Okay, so for those of you watching on YouTube in the future, rate my backtrack for this one. Which path would you have taken? I have no idea. Maybe this is the fastest path, maybe it is nowhere close. But we are going to... Do you know what? We're going to take the smaller one because it's actually kind of advantageous to have controllers in both locations, because one of the things that kind of messed us up before was the fact that both controllers were on the same side of the teleport. Okay, call the lift. And down we go. And yes, this way. This way, through this sphere. We go down to the bottom of the lift again. Re-teleport back, and that puts us on the correct side of the river. Weird, because this looks like a... This side also looks like a Villein sphere. So we've got Villein spheres on both sides of the teleport? I'd have expected one of them to have been like a wooden Hunrath constructed sphere. But yeah, it looks like a Villein sphere on both sides. So maybe they... And you can rotate the sphere. That's exactly what we need it to be able to do. That's exactly what we need it to be able to do. Right, so that's how we're going to get through that puzzle. However, for now, we've got a whole new side of this river to explore. So we saw some fishing gear over here. Oh no, painting gear. Right. More Mofang rock projections. I am unaware of any way to get Tiny Train over to here, except potentially. So we're at the bottom of the plateau. No. I don't see any obvious way to get Tiny Train over here. Okay, we'll put that on the maybe later pile then. Oh man. How disappointing. I was really hoping that the other side of this river would be like, you know, this beautiful opening of possibilities. It's kind of interesting, right? So we are just short of the scrapyard there. Looking at the map here, this kind of puts us, yeah, sort of around here, sort of around C, right? But C, well, we can teleport there at the top. Like, we're at the edge of the map, so there's probably going to be a teleport opportunity there, let's say. I have a feeling there's supposed to be like a clue in that or something. Doesn't look like it. So it doesn't look like there's anything here until we find a way to teleport the tiny train probably to the other side of those rocks, I guess. Well, what a disappointing amount of backtracking we had to do to find that. We spent longer backtracking to get there than we actually did exploring. I didn't realise anything there. For now, though, let's teleport ourselves back, and we can start thinking about the best way to solve this puzzle. So we've got a maze up the top, and the elements of the maze, we can rotate the whole thing round. We rotate the whole thing round by going to the top of the tower, and we can rotate the individual parts of the maze by teleporting them, rotating them, and then teleporting them back. Okay. So, one perfectly reasonable question is, where are we trying to get to? Is it possible to open up paths which go to all of those areas simultaneously? Because I do not see any... I don't see any crossroad pieces. I have a feeling that there's a certain amount of... We're going to need to find the best option that's available at each point, and kind of go from there. Well, let's take a screenshot of that. And we're going to be putting that into here. Okay. So we can so we can rotate that to turn that way. We could certainly rotate that to turn it round that way. But then you do not have a path. Oh, bear in mind there's a sphere currently now on the Hunrath side, right, which we swapped. And indeed, you can actually swap, you can actually literally swap the locations of spheres with each other, because you teleport, rotate the whole thing, and then teleport back. So you can actually swap the entire locations of these spheres, and there is a fifth sphere, which we currently do not know the layout of. And actually it's going to involve a lot of backtracking to get there, because we've opened up the water bridge. No, actually not a huge amount of backtracking. Not a huge amount of backtracking, because there is a shortcut that we opened up to get us back to the other area that we were in. Yeah. Because this is open. This is open here on both the Hunrath and the Villein side. So that is certainly a possibility. So do you know what? Let's see about going and getting a picture of what that sphere looks like. How we're going to go and get that? Well, we are going to go to the bottom here. We're going to teleport this sphere away and replace it with the other Villein sphere. Do you know what would be really funny? If the other Villein sphere actually had a crossroads section to it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to... Huh, that's interesting. So why does that allow you to get up there? I don't know. Weird. Because you can get up here to do sort of a whole load of not very much. So that path takes you out to the propeller swing bridge. This path is going to take us back to the other teleport bridge. And we are going to go over this bridge. We're not going to use those ones because that's a terrible idea, because that's just going to block ourselves in. We're going to go over here and we're going to teleport this one. So the question then becomes, right, on the assumption that the three paths, straight on, right and left, on the assumption that the three paths are not all going to be openable in one go, which one do we want to explore first? Well, that's something for us to have a think about. But in the meantime, let's get to the top of this and have a look at what... Right. I thought it was going to be an elbow, because if you recall, literally about 20 minutes ago now, we did have a little explore in that direction, didn't we? No, I'm going to need a little bit more context as to what that shows, aren't I? So let's just take a larger screenshot here. Okay. And we're going to go in here and we are going to paste it basically just directly underneath. Okay. So what we have is we have two elbow pieces, and the two elbow pieces are identical to each other. They're both elbow pieces that look like that. So we've got 2 elbow pieces. We have got 2 90-degree pieces. Yeah. And actually the 90-degree pieces, yeah, that's fine, it's fine. And we have 1 straight piece. So let's have a think about how we would get to where we want to go. So we can get to this bridge up here by doing a 90-degree piece. Let's up my thickness a little bit. A 90-degree piece, an elbow piece, and a 90-degree piece. That's going to get us to there. How to get to that bridge over there, I think, involves us somehow getting to the... Ooh, wait a minute. There's more control places. How do we get to those? How do we get to those? Because, yeah. So we're here at the moment, yeah? We're here at the moment, looking out from this tower. There, and presumably here and here, although we can't see them from here. Oh yeah, no, we sort of can. Yeah. There's something inside those. How do we get there? That's interesting. What I was sort of getting at is, because of the way that this kinks backwards like that, I don't see any piece that will kink us 135 degrees or whatever that is to be able to get us back out to that bridge. So let's not worry about that for now. It's also a little bit strange, right, because it almost doesn't quite look like that bridge lines up with the bottom of this either. But at least there is a path out of the thing there. Doesn't even look to be a path out of the thing there. But how would we do it? Not sure if that's clear, in honesty. I have a feeling that maybe we don't have a choice about where we go first. How could you get over to the right here? So your options are to go straight on or go to the right. If you go straight on, you could have an elbow piece here which takes you down this path. Yeah, you could go straight on, have an elbow piece this way which would take you down this path, and then you could do a right a turn there. Not terribly useful for you. You could take a turn here first. There's no point having an elbow piece this way because you can't rotate this. First time chatter in the chat. Indrajit Artist, how are you doing? This puzzle took you 3 days. Well, hopefully it's not going to take us that long. So we've talked about going forward. We go to the right, we go around here. You could have an elbow that goes that way. You could then have a straight piece that goes that way. But if you've then got a straight piece, we don't have a piece that could bend like 175 degrees or whatever it is. So that's no good. And there's no point putting an elbow piece or a 90-degree bend there. So I have a feeling that the only path that's open to us is to go and get that controller there. I think that's the only path that's open to us right now. Played it 2 hours a day, so it was like 6 hours. Well, to be fair, I'm streaming this game 1 session per week. We are here every Sunday morning, same time every Sunday morning. It's around about 9 AM. Unfortunately, we're also basically at the end of our stream. You play this in 2021, fair. Yeah, I mean, so I'm pretty new to this one. I've picked this one up because we just played Myst over on the YouTube channel fairly recently. And Myst was absolutely great. Like, Myst was a bit of a revenge game for me because I played it when I was like a child when it first came out in 1993. Immediately got stuck on the first puzzle, and then, you know, whatever. So I've always kind of perceived Myst as being this totally impenetrable game because of my experience when I played it when I was like, I don't know how old I was, like 9 years old or whatever. Coming back to Myst as an adult, really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. I played the 2021 remake. That was great fun. And so now, well, now we're playing Obduction. So that's great. Unfortunately, though, this is all the time we have for this week's stream. You like Cyan games, their puzzles have no clues, you have to do it on their own. The thing I really, really love about the Cyan games puzzles specifically is there is no item inventory. There is no picking up of a physical key and then having to find which lock it goes in. It's all clues and knowledge and codes and things like that, which I think is just a much better way of doing it. It's just a much neater way of doing it. For this week, though, we are going to wrap up our recording there. So if you're watching on YouTube in the future, have a great rest of the week. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I think we made a decent amount of progress here. So for those of you on YouTube in the future, have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye. For those of us still here live on Twitch, we are going to have a look at who is online.